just grass.
Oh, it's so much more than just grass. It's a healthier, greener, and more luscious lawn. Yours can be too.
Look at you.
With Kabursky Brothers Lawn Care.
Remember, no shoes on the lawn. Because you're so beautiful.
Call or click today.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The iconic Paul McCartney got back live. A once-in-a-lifetime must-see event. Paul McCartney performing a catalogue of music that's formed the soundtracks of our lives. Casey's Centre, October 14th. Register now for pre-sale access at paulmccartneygotback.com before the general on sale this Friday at 10 a.m.
Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history. Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
Murph and Andy, proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. This is Murph and Andy. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
It is Murph and Andy here on Iowa everywhere, and we are back to being in Iowa, all of us. Andy, welcome back.
Thank you very much. It feels great to be back. It is
gone like a month, right? It was a month,
almost a week and a half. I was gone. Yeah, it was the longest vacation I have ever taken.
Really?
Yeah.
It is tough to get away for a long time for various reasons, but work being one of them. So yeah, but you need that with all that you did with all those people.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't go to Europe and do anything if you don't take that extra time. I mean, you just have, first of all, I mean, there's, the time differences, but also, so you've got to adjust, your body needs to adjust for really a couple of days when you get there. And then you just need to have enough time to move around and do some stuff. So, I will say the flights were awful. And yesterday we flew from Bergen to Frankfurt, which was 2.5 hours, and then flew from Frankfurt to Chicago, which was over 8 hours. That was just terrible. It was such a cramped. I can't do the airplane very well. I'm too tall. I can't fit. I can't sleep. I can't get comfortable. I'm constantly shifting around. It's really hard. I got a kid.
First class is so expensive
I know. Yeah, because people will pay it, right? I mean, they all feel this way.
Supply and demand, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah, and honestly, I think when it really comes down to it with international travel, I think the flights are worse than the high prices. I mean, I think the flights are the worst thing about it, and the thing that would keep me from doing it more often. It's so unpleasant on both ends. But yeah, I mean, it was a great trip, and it was my mom's dream trip, and my brother and sister and I and our families all together, and it really made my mom happy. And I just saw her just a whole bunch of different times. I saw her just genuinely overcome with joy, tears in her eyes about being there with everybody, the people that she loves the most, and thankful, openly thankful to my dad a number of times, just for all the hard work that he did. And both my parents worked, and they both worked really hard. But my mom paid for that trip, and she was very thankful for all the work my dad did and the work that she had done to be able to do something like that with all of us. And I tried to keep that in mind the whole time. And so even when we're dragging, we were up early every day, traveling every day, just about, and doing tours and stuff. And I mean, it started wearing us out, and you had to kind of remember, okay, this is really not about me. This is about my mom, and this is about the kids who get this experience for the first time. So, absolutely over the moon to be able to do all this with my family. I'm very, very lucky.
It was good timing for me to appreciate you on this family trip because we had just had Bryce's celebration of life, and one of the themes when I was giving his eulogy was that Bryce said yes.
Yeah.
You asked Bryce to something, he said yes. And even though he only got 56 years and that wasn't enough time, man, he made the most of that time because he did not stack things or possessions. He stacked memories. And you can bet at the end that's what mattered to him. You know, you're not sitting in there with your possessions. You're sitting in there with your memories. And you had great memories, and we could see it. We could hear it in your voice. And it was really cool for us to see what's possible here. And we're all kind of annoyed that maybe we can't take a vacation without doing a podcast. You know, Chris Hassel right now he's feeling all kinds of guilty because he's going to Italy. He has no plans to join two guys from over there, but thanks to you, he feels a little pressure.
Well, you know, honestly though, I thought it was really fun, and this is fun for us, right? I mean, and when we go a long time without having a podcast, we stockpile stuff to talk about, and we miss the opportunity to talk about stuff that's immediately on our mind at that time. And you want to share it, you know, you're going through all these experiences and you want to share it with people. And so I thought that was really fun. And it wasn't any sweat off my back. It was a lot of fun. I apologize for the connection on my last day there in Bergen. And
it wasn't that bad. It's been worse at Mr. Movie's house.
I got choked up, and it wasn't really good programming. So I apologize for that.
I don't think showing emotion and showing you care is bad programming. I think it's good programming.
Well, you know, so it was still, it was fun. And, you know, it was also just kind of fun to see me. I would set up my stuff and I'd have my light on and my microphone. And I'd start talking to the screen, and people around me would start looking at me like, what the hell is that guy doing?
What's this guy up to?
And then after a couple of minutes, I could tell they were kind of laughing and following along, even though they couldn't hear you guys. They could kind of tell what we were doing, and they were listening to some of the stories, and I could hear some people nodding along. Even though those people probably spoke English as a second language, they got a kick out of that. Johnny, the bartender in Oslo, I showed him the show where you know, we had him on.
He was a side character. He was good.
Yeah, he ended up watching the whole thing. I think we got a subscriber out of him. So he loved it. He just got such a kick out of that. And honestly, I mean, this is a really fun thing. And I think that this is there's potential for this kind of stuff. I mean, influencers do this. As I was talking with our tour guide, influencers do this all over the world. They podcast from, you know, all of these places like every other day. And that's their job. And, and you know, it's kind of the way things are going right now. Rick Steves, who famously, you know, writes all those travel guides and has that program. And I mean, he's starting to do this kind of stuff where he just sort of podcasts each day and everybody can just sort of follow along with that. So it was no sweat off my back. You know, it was a little bit of time later in the day, and, you know, I loved being able to reconnect with you guys and immediately share some of the things that I had been doing that day and the day before.
Guesthouse Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for today's sports and more. Coming up, AllStar Swings, Caitlin exits, Superman Annoys. Guesthouse Tavern, Northwoods inspired Midwestern hospitality right now. Higher lows since our last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Yeah, Tim Hawkins and company have a lot to talk about, a lot to tell you about your savings, about your retirement future. You can reach them at wealthcharterretirement.com. Just for me, it's a high. It's just that this is really ironic, right? I mean, that the day back from vacation as you get older becomes one of the best days of vacation. But you get home and your bed has never felt better, and your own shower and my bidet seat. I mean, I really thought I'd be going to Europe and there'd be just bidets, you know, coming out the yin yang, but there weren't any. And there's nothing that freshens you up like a good jet to the nether region. But, you know, just being able to get everything kind of back in order and, your comfortable routine that you had. I mean, that is a great thing. That is a simple pleasure, and it's one that just seems to get a little bit better each year.
My high is watching the first 6 episodes. There are 7 total of Quarterback. I mentioned this last week. You guys said you're not ready to get into football mode yet. And man, this has done it for me. And that is a weakness of this is now I have like a month to go, but I'm ready now because it's so good. So we see Joe Burrow there. These are the 3 quarterbacks. So I would say Joe Burrow, he just comes off really chill and cool and comfortable in his own skin. Really more likable than I was expecting. I didn't dislike Joe Burrow, but I didn't really feel like I knew him at all. He also has an interesting on-camera delivery. It's a lot like Williams on Two Guys. He's kind of like, yeah, so I decided to buy the Batmobile. Yeah, I bought the Batmobile. I just thought that'd be cool to kind of, own a Batmobile. So I bought it from Warner Brothers. Gets delivered next month. So he's he has that deep voice cadence. His parents are in a lot. And of course, Joe Burrow is the pride of Ames, born in Ames, Iowa. But they have like complete access when he's celebrating a win over the Cowboys and finds out immediately that his house has been broken into and burglarized and stuff stolen.
Yeah,
He ends up he ends up canceling the Batmobile order from The Dark Knight because of that. Jared Goff in the middle, he comes off as likable, kind of boring, but has a supermodel wife who's Sports Illustrated swimsuit. She's in it a lot. No surprise there. She seems very nice. And then Kirk Cousins continues to be like the most likable square you've ever met. Just everybody loves him. They show him when he goes back to Minnesota, and it's clear the coaching staff, the fans, the players, the staff, everybody likes Kirk Cousins. And in episode 1 or 2, he shows he goes into, and he's not putting on a show, but he goes into great clips because he can find a great clips wherever he plays in the country anytime. So he's been going to great clips since college. And he goes in and he shows them a picture of his own photo from like his headshot from the Vikings or his headshot from the Falcons when he thought his hair looked good. And then
make it look like that again.
Yeah. And now since that episode aired, he's gotten an endorsement deal with Great Clips. Not that he needs any more money.
No.
So all of that, recommend it. Second season, Cousins is in both, but it's a good show. It will get you itching for football, though. A lot of X's and O's in it too. It's not quite enough off the field stuff for me to drag Jenny into it. There's a little bit too much of reading zones and changing the play at the line of scrimmage and stuff like that they lose her on. Now let's get the buzz.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
It's going to cool off here for the next couple of days and then get back again hot for the weekend as Andy returns from his European vacation. The buzz is after 95 years, the All-Star game comes down to a swing-off. And I thought it was entertaining. It certainly
I think everybody
kept
thought it was, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the resounding takeaway from that. And honestly, I had forgotten that Major League Baseball made this rule change. We brought it up. We touched on it.
Yeah.
Didn't think we'd see it, right? I mean, you just kind of forgot about it, kind of left it there that day that the announcement came out.
Yeah, it goes back to that famous All-Star game where Bud Selig just looks like the picture of a bad leader without knowing what to do as the game was in the 14th inning or so, and it's still tied. And that led to the bad idea of this time it really counts. And the league that won got the home field advantage in the World Series, and then eventually decided that to go away. But no one wants their players leaving in the middle of the night to come back home or to
you can't play
there.
a 15-inning game. Yeah, an All-Star game.
So they did this, and the National League blew a 6-0 lead. I'm not sure if you were back for that. But
I saw it.
Yeah, they were up 6-0. The American League comes back to tie it, and then each manager picks 3 players for the 3 swings each swing off. And American League fans are excited, so are National League fans, but they're like, oh, man, Aaron Judge against Shohei Ohtani. But they had predetermined. I'm not even sure if those 2 superstars were still in the stadium at that point.
No,
they
had started the game.
out of there.
Yeah.
They might have already been showered and gone. I don't know. The big dumper who won the home run derby Monday night, Cal Raleigh, he wasn't in this either. So Kyle Schwarber was picked. We all know Schwarber from his Iowa Cubs and Cubs days. And he ends up winning the MVP because he goes 3 for 3 in the swing off, hits 3 home runs to win it for the Nationals.
Well, I mean, I think that this is a best case scenario. I mean, people are speaking positively of the All-Star game the day after. That doesn't always happen. It's thrilling. You could see from the previous picture that Andrew just put up that the players were into it. I mean, look at that. Absolutely nobody on the bench. Everybody watching that thing out from the field. And, I mean, it seems to me like it worked perfectly. I mean, they got, 3 swings each?
Yep.
So these guys weren't going to get worn out. I mean, how long was the pause where they had to pull out, like, the pitching net and let the BP pitcher warm up and stuff like that? Was that a long time?
I don't think so, because it was Ed Wilson was giving me play-by-play on my drive home because I was trying to make it home in time to see the end of it, so I left pretty quickly. He was still at the station, and it ended before I got home. I think they put the whole thing together and got everybody out of there pretty quickly. And the National League wins for just the second time in 13 years. The American League has dominated this. But let's go over some of a couple of the great things that deserve credit. Players did wear their own uniforms, and gloriously so. This is such an improvement.
They have I was looking at Aaron Judge's hat, and it looked like it was kind of an all-star version of the Yankees hat. Did the rest of them not do that?
These guys didn't.
These guys are in batting helmets, so it's a little bit different. But I thought, this guy, no, that's a Blue Jays batting helmet. Yeah, maybe everybody had kind of a little star around their emblem. But, yeah, I agree. This was the best thing. And, honestly, the reason I like that, it's got the thing on the side, but it's not around the LA part.
They did wear special uniforms for the home run derby, and I'm sure those are for sale somewhere. But gosh, sacrifice a little bit of gear sales and make this look the way it did there. When you saw all the players out on the field celebrating, each in his own uniform, awesome.
I like that, but I think probably the reason I like it, the most is that it makes me think of the way it used to be, right? When when you never saw these players on the same field together, and some of them you didn't ever see again. You saw them if they made the All-Star game, and then that's it. I mean, I never saw Rod Carew anywhere but maybe in the World Series in '79. But other than that, I mean, like these great players would just toil in, obscurity over in the other league, and you wouldn't see them at all unless they happen to be in the All-Star game where they were wearing their own uniforms, and it just kind of, you're like, oh, okay, I know who that is. When you take them out of uniform, especially today where I just feel like baseball players are less identifiable now than they used to be. When you take them out of their uniforms, I think just half the crowd is like, who the hell is that?
Baseball is having a moment. I know some people worry that it's being banana-sized from the Savannah Bananas, but
it's okay to take
especially
a few
young
cues.
people have said we want a faster pace. Yeah. We want bat flips. We want it to be more entertaining. And people respond to that. Another example of that, mic'd up Clayton Kershaw. If you haven't seen this, Andy, go find it on YouTube. It is really entertaining. This is entertaining for you, and he's on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I hate Clayton Kershaw, and it was so cool to hear him talk to the guys throughout like an entire inning. It was fascinating.
Yeah, he's like, I'm coming with cheese, guys.
Yeah,
and then he would throw it. And he'd be like, I'm glad he didn't swing at that. That was right down the middle.
And be like, oh, that was short. And like even as he's throwing, he's talking to them. It was really cool.
Yeah, and he's Smoltzy, what should I throw here? And he says like, I want a slider, or I forget what he said. But he's like, I don't throw that pitch. And then he's like, suck it, big dumper. He's saying to Raleigh in a joking manner. It's really entertaining. And then one more thing to point out that I thought the All-Star game got really right was the awesome tribute to Hank Aaron. Henry Aaron. Andy, this will be another catch up and look this up. It's hard to do this justice. So the screen is the field for the 7:14 to 7:15 moment. And I don't know how they did some of this. When he hits the ball, it's like a rocket is projected into the spot where he hit it. You see footprints going through the sand as he circles the bases. They had some kind of effects here. The photos don't quite do it justice. If you're watching, look this up. It is amazing. I mean, it's incredible.
Calls. Vin Scully on the call, and it's incredible.
Yeah, you got both calls going back and forth, and then it ends with Henry Aaron himself saying he wanted to be remembered as a better human being than a ball player, and his wife was there in the crowd to watch all this. It's just really, really cool. So if you missed that, you can find it any number of places. It's worth your time. It is the slowest sports day of the year, so let's get a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas that reminds us what is on television tonight.
Yeah, how much? It's Espie Awards. Will you watch all or most? I'll watch Shane Gillis's monologue or none. And this is a wording thing for me because tonight I will watch none of this. I do plan to watch Shane Gillis's monologue. It'll probably be in bed tomorrow morning on social media as I'm waking up.
Same. And will you wait to see his approach? Like if he just let it all go and the audience got uncomfortable, or are you watching it regardless?
I will watch it regardless. If it's not funny a couple of minutes in, I'll probably just unplug. And if it's really good, I'll probably get some clips tonight and some people, some buzz on social media tonight of people saying, hey, check this out. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that'll pop in. We'll see it tonight. That's the way I'll do it too. I have no interest in the ESPYs, but Shane Gillis does a really good job, and he could be the bright spot.
Yeah, you two make a good point here. I am going to try. I'm not going to go out of my way, but if I'm near a TV when this starts, I would like to watch it live before I get some of the jokes ruined for me or some of the moments telegraphed, which is almost unavoidable on social media. After that, I'm not watching anything. So I will try to watch him live, and then I'll be done with the ESPYs. But I'll be interested to hear how that goes. I doubt he equals the Norm Macdonald bar. Like there were athletes in the crowd that night that wanted to drag him out of there and beat his ass. They were so upset. God, he looked mad. That made it kind of fun. All right, interact on YouTube. Email is Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com. On X, it's Murph_Andy. It's all powered by the Cellular Advantage. Now with 35 regional locations, proud partner with U.S. Cellular since 1993. I'm in a little bit of a, everything on my desktop is frozen right now, but I know we're still on. But if you see some eye darting, it's because I'm navigating a few different things at once here and trying to stay on the rails without completely powering off. Fun. Yeah, it's a good time. Caitlin Clark and the Fever played at sold-out TD Garden. This was a home game for the Connecticut Sun, but it was played because of Caitlin Clark in Boston, in the TD Garden, 19,200 people. It was sold out. It was a home game for the Sun in name only. The ovations were for the Fever and for Clark. There were some Sun fans there, but it was more like a home game. Clark's shooting slump continues. Yeah. It's hard to believe this, but on the road this year, this sounds made up, she is 2 for 34 from three-point range. 2 for 34. Did hit 1 3 last night, missed 6. This season overall, she's under 30% from 3. So it's absolutely a shooting slump. But the Fever did win, but Clark in the final minute injured her other groin. So previously, Andy, left groin, left quad. She missed 10 total games with that. Here we see with this video, courtesy of our sister station, WTNH, Eric Dobratz shot this. And if you're watching, you'll see she's
kind of grabbing it, yeah.
Yeah, she's grabbing her right thigh, and then here, tears. So the surprise for me today is the Fever just listed her as questionable for tonight's game. Fever play again tonight against the Liberty. That reaction there had me feeling like we were going to find out today that she's definitely out. I mean, look at her here bundled in the towel crying. But they say she's questionable for tonight's game, which would suggest she could still be part of All-Star festivities.
I mean, I think that looks like frustration. I mean, she clearly has had a hard time recovering from the groin injury, the injury to the other groin. And you can just see in her face that she understands, what this means, right? I mean, it's probably the same thing she felt on the other side, and that it's going to keep her out, and that's going to set her back again, and it's going to, it's just going to be something that can't be rushed along. And she's past the point of frustration right now where it's just kind of breaking on her. And, this is somebody that, as we've pointed out a million times, has never really dealt with nagging injuries or any injuries.
Yeah, 7 seasons without missing a game due to injury.
But yeah, I mean, to any of us who've, lived life for a while, if you sometimes it's your back or it's, your knee that goes out or something, and your neck, it's a nagging injury that, you hurt and you had to rehab and take it slow for a long time, and you lived in pain for a while, and then you re-injure it, or you injure, the other leg or something like that, and you're like, oh my God, because you know what's ahead, right? And you just, it's not like something where you're kind of like, what is this that's gone wrong with my body? You know what's happened to your body, and you know that the future is a bunch of suck. So I just feel like that's what I saw her in her face and reaction there. But also, I mean, she's just, she's hyper competitive, and her team is playing better and has been playing well without her. How hard is that for Caitlin Clark? Seeing your team play well without you and you can't play? I mean, that's been a really rough part of this season, is not being able to participate in the fun.
We're not doctors. We don't know. I'll be stunned if she plays tonight. I'll be mildly surprised if she takes part in the All-Star festivities. I mean, she's supposed to be in the 3-point shooting contest. She confirmed yesterday she would be, and they've got some great shooters, including Ionescu in that. So that would be fun. She's supposed to be the captain of the East squad and a starter. Again, I'll be surprised if she plays. And
when is that game?
Which part? The All-Star game?
The All-Star game?
Saturday or Sunday.
Ooh.
All-Star weekend is the 3-point shooting contest is the night before. But it's
coming real soon.
I know how much everyone wants her to play, and I'm sure she wants to play too, but she's got to get healthy. A groin injury, and there's levels, as you know. A mild strain can be a week or two. A bad strain can be weeks to a month or two, and a tear or bad strain can be months or the season. And you kind of hinted at what's happened to all of us, especially with leg injuries. You have an injury on one side, and then you overcompensate on the other side, making yourself vulnerable. And I know
messes up your back, all kinds of other parts, appendages, that are connected that weren't used in that way before you started limping, or checking your stride or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's like your body works one way for your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're telling it to work a different way. And honestly, this has gone on for so long now this season that I think we're all starting to wonder, if there is an end to this. I mean, we've certainly all had some favorite athlete who was just cruising along, and then all of a sudden something went wrong. There was an injury or a tear or a pull, or There was something that threw them off, and they never got it back. And I don't think that's what's happened here with Caitlin, and I'm really hopeful that, this doesn't, last a long time. But, I mean, we've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen before to favorite athletes, and it's a really, really sad situation.
Yeah, she's 23 years old. She hasn't had this kind of thing. I know there's been many people asking, could this be related in any way to the off-season weight training she did to put on more muscle? I don't know. I understand the question because, people are wondering, well, did she overtax her ligaments and tendons and that kind of thing? We don't know. We don't know. It's just people
making a bounce pass
people are speculating.
Last night. Yeah. It wasn't a contact injury.
I think she probably needs to shut it down until she's completely healthy, but we'll see what happens. We're not sure. Where am I? Forgot my screen was frozen.
How hard would that be, though, for her? Shut it down until you're completely healthy? Jeez.
And she mixed it up with an official last night in a really heated way, too. What it appears to me happened is the ball gets inbounded by the Sun, and then the Sun coach called for a review. Now, the Fever inbounded the ball, and the Sun coach called for a review. Once the Fever inbound the ball, you can't stop and call for the review, which she knows the rules of basketball. So she tells the ref that. The ref says something to her. We don't know what that is, and it really upset her. And she said that was rude, and she's going to tell the league. Don't know what it was. It's led to a lot of speculation, but there's a lot of frustration there, as you can see. Audie Krooks of Iowa State, Bishop Garrigan, showed off her AmeriCup gold medal. She showed this. She was proud to play for Team USA. Audie played on the 4th of July in Chile, and playing on the 4th of July in the quarterfinal game in Chile left her longing for the United States and Iowa.
It was kind of sad because Chile had anti-USA protests going on, so we couldn't really wear our USA gear, which was super weird. There weren't really any celebrations or fireworks, so that was a lot different because I know that everybody here was having burgers and hot dogs and shooting off fireworks, so I had a little bit of FOMO, but I don't regret it in any way. It was an amazing experience, and to be able to play a game on the 4th of July wearing USA across your chest is something I'll never forget.
That is Audie Krooks, gold medalist now for the AmeriCup. Hannah Stolke also won a gold medal. That video courtesy of Adriana Torres from WHO 13. Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy. Confluence is also where good things come together. And
man, I am so happy to be back in the land of non-$15 beers.
What, 50? Is that real price? Were you in Boston?
Some of them were $19. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wow.
As I said, they're good. They're really good. They're
strong.
served in some cool glassware. Yeah, they're good beers, but yeah, the cheapest beers were probably $10, and you're talking about 33 milliliters, one that was less than 12 ounces.
So San Diego prices.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So there are some other cities that are accustomed to that, but oh man, yeah, we spent so much on beers. But I'm happy to be back to my beer fridge, which has tons of Confluence in it. I will be cracking one of those things open on Friday.
Let's get to the new Fair Foods, a short list here. Bacon, chicken ranch, egg roll.
Well, yeah. Well, let me. I looked through this morning. The Moore team did some research on this.
Well, that's good because we have a guy here who taste tested all of these.
Yeah.
His name is AD.
Andrew, you were a taster this year?
I was, yeah. 15 years in radio, never got invited. First year in podcasting, got invited.
That's really nice of you to do that. Yeah, really nice of you to give them your time like that. Yeah, I noticed this list here. I'll just point a few of them out here, and you just let me know what you thought of them.
Yeah,
I'll let you know if I would like to try it because unlike AD, I haven't tried any of these. This looks good. I would eat this.
The bacon chicken ranch egg roll. So this is bacon, chicken, and white cheddar wrapped in a crispy egg roll drizzled with homemade ranch.
This is so good, and the egg roll shell is perfect. The picture probably doesn't do it justice. No. It's fantastic. This was one of my favorites. I think it was the one that all 4 of us from Iowa Everywhere voted number 1.
Yeah, and by the way, stay tuned. We have a video coming up in just a moment, so you'll be able to see some of these, see them better than even.
Who else was in on the tasting?
It was Kenzo from Overthinking, Jake Bren from Bigger Than 12, and Matt Van Winkle.
Oh, okay, nice of Matt to be able to do that.
And then Scott Sipker was the MC, which was hilarious because it's like live streamed on Facebook, and it's for like an hour and a half or even longer. He just has to walk around with a microphone and a camera following him and just vamp. So he's just coming up and talking to people randomly.
They got the right guy.
We know he can vamp.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he did a really good job. It was fun.
That's
okay.
Good.
How about the Butter Cow Tornado? This is a butterscotch ice cream, gooey butter cake pieces. That's a St. Louis thing. Butterscotch topping and a white chocolate cow on top.
I think this looks really sweet. A couple of bites would be enough, but I'll bet those couple of bites would be delicious.
Fantastic. I will say, like, it's not my cup of tea, but both Jake and Matt love butterscotch.
I love butterscotch
ice cream, and they like kept eating it. They kept it at the table, even though we had like 12 things to eat. They just kept eating this.
Okay, from JR's South Pork Ranch, the chicken pickle ranch rocket on a stick.
This was awesome, and these pickles are like grilled. These are some of the best pickles I've ever had, and it's a skewer of chicken and pickles.
Pickle brined chicken on a skewer with dill and garlic pickles, basted with ranch butter.
And then,
Andy, I have an update for you regarding this dish here. It ties in. It's something you need to know because I think we should all know who we're working for. Chris Williams on Two Guys today confessed that he had no idea that pickles were formerly cucumbers.
Come on.
You're not saying that because that surprises you, right? You're just like, come on, another example of Williams's disconnection.
Pickle used to be a cucumber?
I thought it was a...
Really?
We used to play How Naive Are Chris and Chris on the radio show, and man, it holds up.
Williams would bury Hassel.
You thought it grew out of the ground as a pickle?
He did.
Anyway, the pickle thing was very good. JR South Pork Ranch would be the place to get that.
Actually,
if you can't do the caviar topped lobster roll with Dom Perignon.
How much is their lobster roll this year?
Well, there's one for $100 that has gold. It has gold flakes
leaf.
on top. Gold leaves. You're right. It's a gold leaf.
What do you want gold on it? You want to eat the gold?
That's what it's designed for, and it comes with a sidecar of Dom Perignon for $400. So I think the package is $500.
That is so Brooks Reynolds. Okay, the maple bacon bourbon grilled cheese.
That looks like breakfast.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Very breakfasty, yeah. Almost like French toast bread. Really, really good.
Okay.
That'll cure a hangover.
Another one that I think you can imagine, the Nashville hot chicken mac and cheese pizza.
I ate that one too quick to get a picture. It's in the video, though.
Also, you're right, AD, because I watched. That's too long of a name.
Yeah, it's too many words. Like Nashville hot chicken. Oh, great. Mac and cheese. Oh, awesome.
Shorten
pizza.
that name.
Like, oh, man.
It's like the whole wheat with mozzarella and Roma tomato sauced pepperoni pizza. You just say pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, right.
Don't make the ingredients the name.
Yeah. The potato half and half Korean corn dog. I was like, what the hell is this?
This thing was monstrous.
Okay, this is it ought to be. It's $18. It's a Korean corn dog.
Which is like half hot dog and half mozzarella stick. So the corn,
okay. Is that the way they eat them in Korea?
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't know that until I bit into it.
I like a corn dog, but I don't think this improves on just your basic corn dog.
No, it's breaded with donut batter, filled with half mozzarella, half beef hot dog, topped with French fries, and deep fried.
Yes.
Served with a side of sauce and then covered in sugar.
And then they didn't give you a sample portion of this. Everybody got a full one.
Oh, my God.
This is one of the first things we ate. I was like, oh, this is a mistake.
Did they have defib paddles nearby?
And then there were a couple of items that have flown under the radar. Andrew, I'm not sure if these were available to be tasted or not. You let me know. There was Farley Jim Dandy's candy-coated ranch wad. That's a giant ball of frozen ranch dressing rolled in M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, and Nerds, then breaded with crushed up Frosted Flakes and deep fried in bacon grease.
Really?
Did not try that one.
Yeah, should have.
Okay, well, and then there's this. We have a picture of this. This is a foot-long bacon-wrapped Polish sausage filled with vanilla icing and served with 2 eggs in another pool of vanilla icing. It's called the Grand Spunk Railroad. It's $17 at the pork tent.
Don't give someone an idea.
Beyond
This
beyond
could
the
be on the
year.
menu.
Did you
next
try
year.
that one?
No, did not. Did not try that one.
Well, so there are a few of those, under the radar items that are floating around out there. You have to look extra hard for them, but I think maybe they're worth trying. Okay, so that's fair. You got a video here. What do you tell me?
We do.
What's up
now,
with the video?
Here is the Iowa Everywhere crew, at least 4 or 5 of them. I'm not sure if we see Sipker in this video, trying out some of the State Fair foods.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
Wow, that tastes just like a Scotcheroo, and there is an actual Scotcheroo. This is
Brilliant.
a potato half and half Korean corn dog.
Oh my God!
Jeez.
Holy cow! A lot happening.
All my favorite things right here: grilled chicken, a pickle. I'm on my pickle journey, and the sour cream. But it's so good.
Bacon, chicken, ranch, egg roll from Wynn and Sarah's Kitchen. Let's try it. Nice cheese bowl. Great cheese bowl.
This is the butter cow tornado, and I've always dreamed of just taking a bite of the butter cow, and this is what it's like. This is so good, amazing. There's no way I'll finish it though. All right, we got the Nashville hot chicken mac and cheese pizza slice, which is way too many words. Let's go.
Has a flop.
That's pretty good.
Oh, good flop. That's very good. Good flavor, could be spicier.
Maple bacon bourbon grilled cheese. It almost tastes like a breakfast with the syrup. Yeah, give me French toast vibes.
Scotchery Shake, 3 Little Pigs, and Bacon Chicken Ranch Egg Roll, the 3 finalists.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you can watch the full-length video on our socials. It's like 4.5 minutes that Matt Van Winkle put together.
Question, AD, 2 questions actually. Did you see Ed Wilson there?
Oh, yeah. Ed, he came up and said, "What's up?" And, yeah, he's having a good time. He's a celebrity even among media people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And other question is, why in that video did you and Brend and Kenzo all sound like yourselves, and Matt Van Woke sounded like somebody was squeezing one of his testicles?
I noticed that too. Yeah, his voice was weird. I don't know if it was the mic he was using. I mean, he's the one who shot all the video.
He's
put
like,
it all together, so.
try this butter cow. It's
All that
really
food
good.
had pinched off his esophagus.
I don't think he could breathe or something. What's going on with that? All right, let's get some more on a Wednesday.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Or Eatery and Patio. I am going to hit that place real soon for some good old American food. They've got a great menu to go with a full bar. You'll find them at 6222 Grand Avenue. All right, to finish up my trip, let's do a quick overview of the last 2 days since the last time I saw you. This was back to Bergen we went, our last city. It was our second time that we were there during the trip. But this is up this really cool tram that goes up the side of this mountain near the fjord there, looking over the city of Bergen, the second largest in Norway. You can see here's me, Eddie, Elin, and Kahala, and just a really cool sight up there, just beautiful, so cool. And then the famous Bergen Fiskmorgen, the fish market, fresh cold water fish to die for.
That
Crab
looks good.
as well. Oh, just incredible. So many amazing fish there. Fresh fish, and if you look closely, whale right there in the middle with the little yellow sign attached to it. Norway, not popular for this.
Am I looking screen left or right for the whale?
Well, it's right in the middle toward the top. It has
stuff.
the yellow sign attached to it, and it is a very dark
Whale
red
looking.
there. And
Yeah,
it's mammal meat there.
Just making sure that wasn't a whale kebab on the left.
No, those I think those are scallops, big scallops.
Big scallop fan.
Yeah, Norway not popular for being one of the few countries that hunts whales. One of two first world countries. They and Japan hunt whales. These are minke whales, which are not endangered, but Japan, basically the only other country that hunts whales. Both they and Norway get a lot of criticism for this and a lot of attention from Greenpeace and Sea Shepherd for hunting and consuming them. It is extremely expensive meat, and quantities are very low. I've seen it on a couple of restaurant menus, but I've not talked to a lot of people that have actually tried it. And I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
He only
what
said
it's
it tastes like a tire, so maybe you didn't miss
tire?
anything. Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah, it is. It is very. It looks lean. I mean, the whales obviously have a huge, thick coat of blubber, but it's not.
They work out.
Really running through their muscles, I guess. This was my grilled cabbage dinner I was telling you about.
You won't see that at the state fair.
We'll not see that at either or. It was okay. I mean, really, the food is not the reason you go to the Nordic countries. Old Town in Bergen here. This is these buildings are like 500 years old. That was my hotel there on the far left. This is kind of what the iconic look of Bergen is, but there are all sorts of modern buildings and everywhere. So clean and beautiful, and so much water all around. Kahala is ready to look into moving to Norway.
Really?
Not sure how much traction she'll get there, but
well, we
don't
know
be
we
surprised.
Can connect with you.
Yeah, I mean the Wi-Fi connection, just need to find a little better spot. I think I'm okay. And then finally, want to end with this. Our tour guide through the whole trip. Her name was Aniek. Aniek is from the Netherlands, spoke absolutely perfect English, along with Dutch, German, French, Spanish, Italian, understood Norwegian and Swedish. I mean, it's just incredibly educated and cultured. Has a fascinating job with Trafalgar Tours. She guides trips all around the world, from well above the Arctic Circle to South Africa and all spaces in between. That's what she does. She's got to be maybe late 20s and just travels all the time. She's got a condominium in the Netherlands near her parents' house outside of Amsterdam, and she says she's there for maybe a total of 2 months a year, and that's it. She takes care of all the annoying details on a trip, like the hotels and the transportation, the group meals, lost luggage, when the train derails, has happened to us. She's the one that takes care of Plan B, etc., all that stuff. Talks with people from all over the world, handles tour groups from all over the world, has a very educated perspective on many things, one of which is the world's perception of the United States, which was interesting to hear. Also full of good advice, little tips and cheats about travel and what to do, where to go, where to avoid, when to go, all kinds of stuff like that. It was fascinating picking her brain, and I highly recommend it. Moving on now, speaking of news from around the world, the world's oldest marathon runner has suffered a very unironic death. India's Fauja Singh, age 114, was hit by a car while he was out on the road.
Dang.
He was also known as the Turbaned Torpedo.
Yep.
Apparently, the torpedo moving a little slower there at the end, I think. But
this guy's 114 years old, and he dies while running, but it wasn't a heart attack. He got hit by a car.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, probably the way he wants to go or wanted to go. At the age of 100, he'd been named the oldest man ever to run a full marathon. Though the Guinness Book of World Records couldn't make the 100-year claim official, since no birth certificate could be provided, since the Indian government didn't provide birth records in 1911 when this dude was born.
Okay, well, he looks at least 50.
He looks old, yeah, I mean, but
I couldn't tell you.
100 plus out there running around. On this day in 1999, John F. Kennedy Jr. and his wife, Carolyn Bassett, were killed in a plane crash near Martha's Vineyard. It is still hard to believe that this happened.
Yes, because there are many warning signs, and when you would read into the details, not only
the weather
it sounded like he had no business flying, but it honestly sounds like it was probably a pretty horrific ending. Like just you could tell that there was trouble and.
Well, I mean, I guess I was saying more along the lines of, the Kennedy family had been hit with so many tragedies.
Oh,
and this was
just one more.
Really the future of the Kennedy family. And he was so smart, charming, good looking, had just everything going for him, beautiful wife. And they seemed to, he just published a new magazine and probably could have run for big time office and won if he was interested in that. He had just had so many things ahead of him, and just to have yet another just crazy tragedy befall one of the main Kennedys was hard to believe. Just have to wonder what they would have been today. In Japan, a new service lets people pay about $23 an hour to rent a grandmother. These hired elders offer things like advice, childcare, cooking lessons, or simply being a caring listener, if you need that. There are some drawbacks. Some of the grandmas come with noticeable mustaches, untimely gas, and they can't park a car worth of shit.
Well, everything has a downside. This reminds me a little. Remember Janae Town did the story here locally of people being paid to cuddle?
Yeah, I wonder how that business is going.
They were paid pretty well, but I just couldn't I could not see doing it, either side of it. Cuddling with a stranger for like an hour or cuddling with somebody. Well, I guess either way, I'm a no. But
I think we were trying to decide which end sounded better or worse. Which
side of the spoon?
The cuddler or the cuddly? And I think we ended up with a hung jury on that one. I don't think we figured it out. Yeah. More contributor Gabe Glenn brings us today's stupid criminal. We'll close with this. He's from Florida. 57-year-old Jonathan Winslow celebrated his birthday and the 4th of July in jail after police say he stole a sightseeing train.
Ooh.
Officials say Winslow left his car at the back of the Key West train depot, left it running, as a matter of fact, and approached an employee who worked at the Conch Tour train company. The Conch Tour or the Conch Tour. People disagree on how to pronounce that word, I think. So he approached her and asked for a tour of the trolley. He told the employee he used to work for the company years ago, according to the arrest report. So after deceiving the employee, police say that Winslow unexpectedly got on the trolley that was parked inside a building and drove off. Employees tracked down the trolley and told officers that Winslow had picked up two random strangers as passengers downtown while he was driving the trolley. So what on earth would compel a 57-year-old grown man to leave his car running, steal a slow-moving and easily identifiable trolley car and take it for a joyride where he would pick up two random passengers in broad daylight?
He was drunk?
No, that was meth. He was on meth. He had a pipe in his pocket of his swimming trunk shorts that he was wearing, and it had fresh residue all over it. He was smoking.
He was high.
So is meth.
It's always meth. I mean,
I made the wrong guess there.
Some of these, there's no other explanation than meth.
Yeah.
Maybe you're almost glad that the guy has that excuse because it would maybe happen to anybody that was on the meth. I mean, some of these crimes are just like, okay, nobody else would do that. And in this, you're just like, oh, okay. Yeah, meth will do that to a person. That's your more, everybody.
Grimaldi's fan photos, Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com. Grimaldi's coal-fired brick oven pizza, West Des Moines, or District at Prairie Trail in Ankeny. You can send family photos, fan photos, photos of having fun this summer. $50 gift card to the winning photo, which is selected by AD, I think somewhat randomly. I'll do that on Friday. I'm getting hungry. Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't wait for some real pizza.
There you go, right there. That's a real
pizza. That looks
a real
amazing.
pizza. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Mr. Movie.
It's time to go to the movies with Mr. Movie, Mike Woody, presented by P&P Small Engines.
P&P Small Engines are so smart over there, they can help anyone have a nice yard. Like take Mr. Movie, for example. It's surprising.
Absolutely. The number of times I have to call Jeff for stupid things, and he's very kind. And, he says, I hear from Andy as well. So,
oh, that is nice.
I may give him a call as I take on this neglected lawn tomorrow and try to cut it down to size. It looks like an old lady's hair today. It's
Did
not
you hear yourself come back?
I did. Just for a moment there.
Yeah, I know. Now it's back to normal. Out of the box, we're going through cities in America, if not the entire world. And this week, our city is Chicago. And there are a lot of movies that take place in Chicago. So many great movies. Yeah. But I have to go with the one that I have seen more than any other movie in the movie theater and more than any movie I've seen in the drive-in, and it is the quintessential Chicago movie to me. It is The Blues Brothers. And my friend that I saw this with, dozens of times in the theater was here for Bryce's celebration of life. We did a lot of talking about the Blues Brothers and their mission from God and his refusal, my friends, to see the sequel to this day. Because he said, I don't want to ruin the first movie, and I know the sequel is going to ruin it.
Yeah,
it doesn't ruin it, but it's not good. But this it is hard to. I've even read the book on John Landis making this movie, and usually these chaotic productions do not work themselves into a coherent, good movie. But this one did, because it was nuts, and a lot of that was just trying to wrangle John Belushi each night.
Yeah. Man, it's so funny seeing them so young, or seeing Dan Aykroyd so young. You didn't see Belushi get much older than that, but this is a quintessential Chicago movie, no doubt.
Mr. Movie, what was your grade for Blues Brothers when it came out back in around 1980? Because the new Oldsmobiles were in. I think those were 1980 Oldsmobiles.
pretty sure I was still in college when I saw it.
Really?
Because I remember going to a fraternity party dressed as the Belushi half of the Blues Brothers.
Oh.
With my buddy Lyndon as the Aykroyd half.
He was taller. Yeah.
So many Halloween costumes based on the Blues Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
It. I wasn't reviewing movies at that point, but I would have given it a good B+, if not a A-.
That better be an A- there, Mr. Movie. All right, Andy, what do you have from Chicago?
I could have gone five different directions with this one. There are so many great Chicago movies. I'm not sure what about Chicago makes it such a good set for movies. Probably because it's a very versatile city. You can have a lot of glitz, and you can have suburbia, you can have downtown, and then you can have a really gritty, just a hard knocks urban movie to prison movie, like Bad Boys. And I'm not talking about the Will Smith, Martin Lawrence one. This is Sean Penn. This is 1983. You can see Clancy Brown there on the left, who's Byron Hadley later on in Shawshank Redemption. It is a movie that I saw when I was, it probably hadn't come out, maybe 84 I saw this, watching on cable at a friend's house. His older brother was watching it, so we watched it kind of behind him.
It is a gritty movie.
It's a gritty, really good movie. Very, very watchable. As Sean Penn is a young hoodlum from the south side of Chicago, the inner city. He's thrown in this prison for teenagers, and the stuff that happens inside that prison as they just kind of fight it out, a pecking order. It's a it is a movie that I would imagine much of our audience has never seen before, but I'm pretty certain that the vast majority of our audience would watch this and really like it. So I strongly recommend Bad Boys from 1983 with Sean Penn.
I'm not even sure if I saw it.
It's not a big movie. I mean, it was one that went to cable and had probably much more success than it did in the theater, but it's very well written.
It's good.
It's easy to get into.
Rated R.
It has a couple of great fight scenes. Yeah, it's rated R, but it is a gritty inner city, kind of just a filthy, dirty movie. Yeah, not like dirty as in sex, but like literal dirt.
Huh.
Mr. Movie for Chicago, are you going Christmas vacation or just vacation?
You know, I was just going to give you the whole vacation package there, but I woke up and thought, what am I thinking? I'm going to go with a movie. Now, I think I've told this story before, so I'll make it quick. When I was reviewing movies at the cable company, we would get clips and we would sit in the break or sit in the conference room and watch the clips and have lunch. And this movie came in. We knew nothing about it. It sounded kind of weird. And so we put it in the 3/4-inch player at that point. And it was called Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Great
and we
movie.
sat there and we watched these clips from the movie. And when we got to this clip that you're showing right there, it's like, okay, this is a must-see opening night, because what a great movie, and what a great movie about Chicago. I mean, they go from anywhere to this, from this parade to the Cubs game. It's just a Chicago movie from start to finish, and kind of a love letter to Chicago.
It is. Yeah, to this day, people go to the art museum. They want to see the pieces from the movie. We've done that, lean in, and what was the Sears Tower? Now I think, what's it called now?
The Willis Center, Willis Tower.
Yeah, people go up to the top and they do the lean on the window, the Wrigley Field, of course. Yeah, it's
every time I'm there, I'm looking for Mia Sara, and I have yet to see her yet. So
I just saw her, and you liked this movie. The movie based on the Stephen King short story that has Mark Hamill as the grandfather in it. The guy that dances in the movie.
The Life of Chuck.
The Life of Chuck. The grandmother in the movie, married to Mark Hamill, is Mia Sara.
The grandmother
from Ferris Bueller's
I may have to
Day
go
Off.
see it again now.
Yeah, I know. The whole movie, I was like, God, that woman looks familiar. She's beautiful. And who is she? She's like 60 now, but yeah, that's her.
We were watching that on the plane, and I was.
Did you like
Life
it?
of Chuck?
No,
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, okay.
And Eddie. I mean, it was probably it was only 11, but I don't whatever. The part where he's just like, why don't you put your thumb up your butt? And he lost it. That was because Charlie Sheen just randomly drops into that scene and just owns it. It's
One of the
so
all-time
funny.
great cameos. Just comes in and just takes over.
And I saw the
you know him?
Siskel and Ebert review at the movies on this. I can still remember them talking about this movie. And one of the things they pointed out has always stayed with me, that his parents are very wealthy. He's a rich kid from the north suburbs, and yet, everything about it is rich. I mean, the stuff that he's got, and his friend's dad, and Cameron's parents' house, Ferrari, all that stuff. But I don't think at any point you look at these kids and are like, oh, these spoiled, entitled suburban brats. You're rooting for them. You're having fun with them. It just doesn't enter in to your judgment of the movie. And John Hughes was a master at that, right? I mean, you just never really. That was the setting of most of his movies.
Yeah.
And the situation of most of his movie characters. but you didn't root against them. He made you like them.
Yeah, and there's so much, and I miss John Hughes. I mean, his movies were fantastic. But you do see a lot of criticism now of, well, John Hughes' movies were white suburban kids. They weren't inclusive. But like the advice to any writer is usually write about what you know.
Yeah.
And that's what
so
he
what?
knew.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah.
You're looking too closely. You're looking too hard for things to not like.
That is that's a good movie there. AD, Chicago, are you going Fugitive? Where are you headed?
Yeah, I mean, so many movies that we've talked about so often. Wayne's World, a bunch of people in the comments saying Rookie of the Year. That was, an important movie to me as a kid.
Risky Business.
Yeah, Risky, Brian's Song, right? Like, there's so many movies. I went with one that we haven't talked about a lot, if ever. People have lamented, myself included, the lack of R-rated comedies anymore. But one of the best ones from the past decade or so was set in Chicago. It's Bad Moms. Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, Catherine Hahn is absolutely hilarious in this movie. If you haven't watched this since it came out, definitely do yourself a favor and rewatch it. It's worth it. It's hilarious. It holds up. But yeah, just R-rated comedies. Where have you gone? Here was a good one from 10 years ago.
Good choice. Thank you, AD. Let's get to the box office. Superman ruled as expected. Jurassic World Rebirth made another $40 million, and F1, the movie, is almost to the $500 million mark worldwide. But Superman is what I want to get at here. Many of our listeners, viewers have probably seen the review of Mike Francesa. He's a big Superman fan. Mr. Movie, I sent you his review.
Oh, yeah.
He's a sports talk radio guy, so I'm not trying to say he's a movie critic, but he loves Superman. He grew up with Superman comic books, all that. So he goes to this, he's excited, and he hated this movie. He kind of keeps repeating himself, like, this movie was awful. I mean, he's just so upset. I haven't seen it. I don't like what I've read about how Superman is, getting his ass kicked and is, kind of a weenie. That's not why I go to a Superman movie, but I want to hear what you think, because I know you like superhero movies, some of them.
Yes, and I went into this one thinking, okay, this is going to be okay. Other than the dog, I don't need the dog, and it's probably a great time to relaunch the franchise. Quite frankly, it's been a while since we've seen a new Superman movie.
It doesn't seem that long to me. What was the name of the really buff big guy, Henry?
Cavill?
Yeah, that was that.
Cavill?
Maybe that was longer ago than I realized. It doesn't seem that long ago.
I think it was.
Okay.
James Gunn is a great guy to come in and write it and take over the franchise. I think he was pretty much handed the keys to the kingdom here, and that's never a good idea. And this movie starts well and then just literally falls apart. It's a mess. It's like they didn't understand the character. They wanted to redo the character and make him into their Superman versus everybody else's Superman. It just doesn't work.
Overstuffed is what Cade said after he saw it. He said they're just way overstuffed.
Yeah, it's like they threw everything but the kitchen sink there, and very little of it works. The humor was way off base. There was no humor, and the Superman series always has humor. Christopher Reeve had humor. They all had humor. And the action was way too violent for a Superman movie. I mean, if you were going to bring, a young kid, Andy, if you were going to bring your son, it's probably too violent. I mean, it's pretty bad. And the dog seemed kind of out of place. Really did. Lois Lane, though, looks an awful lot like Caitlin Clark, and that was a bonus.
That's Brosnahan.
Yeah, Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah,
Rachel Brosnahan. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
thought
was
of that
good.
before, but I can see that.
The lady sitting next to me was answering emails during the film, so she didn't enjoy it either.
Did you say something to her?
I don't do that because now with the opening segment at the Fridley Theater, suddenly I'm like a Fridley employee.
Yeah, but you called Andy out when he snuck candy in there and almost had him arrested.
I would do the same. I think, I think he should be arrested if he's, getting into a movie and stealing candy. Bringing it in.
He wasn't stealing any candy.
He wasn't stealing. All right, Mr. Movie. So I'm seeing some comments here from people who did enjoy the Superman.
Well, good. I'm glad we did.
There's room for everybody's opinion, but like I saw Kirk Herbstreit, I saw say it was awful. He hated it. So is there a generation gap here? Is like, are younger people, do you think, more inclined to say, okay, this is now my Superman, and we're set in our ways, and we want Superman to be a certain way?
Probably, but they're more used to seeing violent movies as well.
Yeah.
My Superman, when I was growing up, was not violent. Well, first off, the original Superman I saw was on television. It was in black and white.
Sure.
Oh.
George Reeves.
Not a lot of violence in that one as well. But I don't know. It's just, this was supposed to be a relaunch of the series, and I think it's going to really struggle to be a relaunch.
It seems like a good story. It does not suffer differences of opinion
right
over the generations. I mean, if it's a good story,
it's a good point.
Everybody's going to like it. I mean, I understand that, people would say, well, good is subjective. Well, no, not really. Come on. I mean, you know, there are great stories that go back to the ancient Greeks, and they've stood the test of time because they're a great story. And we're going to see that next summer with the Odyssey. I mean, a good story today isn't necessarily any different than a good story 300 years ago. I mean, if you have a great story and somebody that can just, kind of keep their hands off it, let it be told, seems like you've got a great movie. And sometimes these guys just can't keep their hands off, and they mess with these great stories way too much. And the Superman story, I mean, just the one they did in 1976, I mean, geez, that's going on 50 years ago. Just
it's a good story.
Remake that one with modern special effects.
Yeah, you got to put the story ahead of the special effects. And I don't know, again, maybe some people over in the comments will tell me I'm wrong about this, but like I saw the trailer before F1, the preview for the Fantastic Four, and that looks terrible to me. I mean, that looks cheesy and goofy, and I don't know. Maybe it's intentionally like that, but it does not look good to me. So what's the grade for Superman?
Well, I'm going to give it, first off, Superdog, that I was a little worried about, ended up being my favorite thing in the movie because he added some comic humor. The rest of it, C-.
Okay, C-. And you saw something on Apple. I looked at this. It looked dark to me, called Smoke. So I haven't watched. I recognize Taron Egerton.
I got about a half an hour into it, and there's they're investigators, fires and stuff. Something happens about a half an hour into it, and I'm like, yep. Turned the TV off, went to bed. Not going back. It's just Edgerton is a really good actor. He's known for taking edgy roles, if you will. And this one's a little too edgy for me.
He's great in that Bad Bird, which I think it's Bad Bird, but it's also on Apple, the serial killer that he's put in prison to pursue. He's really good in that. So this is just an F because you quit.
It's an F. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's bad enough for me to turn the TV, I mean,
You've sat through a lot of garbage.
I have. Yeah.
You made it to the other end, but this one you couldn't do it.
Well, I know what you did last summer is coming out this weekend. Is there anything else? Any big releases?
Not really something you want to see.
Okay.
I know we're kind of in a little gap here. Then we'll get back into some other movies, and then the fall movies will hit, and we'll be back to normal.
Thank you, Mr. Movie. You enjoy the movies.
All right, guys. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Good to
Mr.
see
Movie,
you.
presented by P&P Small Engines, and it's time for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
I'm good. I survived. Heartland Tire and Auto brings us Throwdowns. Treating you like family in Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Crescent, an authorized dealer of both Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Andy, we've seen baseball's ABS challenge system at Principal Park, in spring training, and in last night's All-Star game. It's quick. It seems to work well. Would you like to see ABS implemented across Major League Baseball?
I'm fine with it. I don't have a real strong opinion on this. If it seems like it's working for people that were constantly upset about missed balls and strikes, then I think you move forward. That was never really something that I had a major problem with, but this should be a pretty easy piece of technology to integrate.
I agree. I think the thing that it is ultimately doing, it's not perfect, but what it's ultimately doing is taking out of that umpire has a wide strike zone. That umpire has a tall strike zone. That umpire has it shouldn't be that way. There should be one uniform strike zone, and this moves us more toward that, and that's a good thing.
All right, Murph, the ESPYs are tonight. Well, we won't be watching. They do have some cool awards like Best Male Athlete, Best Team, Best Upset, Best Moment, Best Play, Best Record-Breaking Performance, Best Comeback. Which ESPY award would you most like to win?
I'm not going to get the name right, but I'm not qualified in any way to get this,
Right.
but I think the most meaningful one is the Jim Valvano Courage
Award,
or,
I think. Yeah,
I probably don't have that name just right, but that is always one. When this is over, I will go back and look that up and just be reminded of the power of sports and the good that come out of it. And oftentimes it's somebody who has sacrificed so much for the good of others. So that one would be a nice legacy award to say, I really left a meaningful mark here, not just a good game.
It always seems like the, best male athlete, best team kind of awards are just too general. Yeah. Way too subjective. I like the awards that are tied to the moments, to the games themselves, whether it's, his best moment, one of them, or best comeback or something like that, most exciting. Those kind of things where you can run the video back and you can hear the crowd kind of get into it all over again. Those work the best for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. Best moment or best play. Give me one of those. All right, Andy, we are all pretty polite people. We clean up after ourselves in most situations. How much do you clean up after yourself at a ballpark?
I clean up all of my garbage. If I spill popcorn, I do drop the peanut shells on the ground. I'm not sure why I do that. I probably shouldn't do that either. But peanuts and popcorn, I don't know. I guess I just grew up treating the ballpark like a giant ground round and never really grew out of that. So if it's organic, I leave it on the ground. If it's paper or plastic, I always pick it up and carry it to the garbage.
I pick up after myself. I'm sure I'm not perfect. I definitely don't pick up my own peanut shells. But, I worked in a movie theater for 3 years. So
it sucks cleaning that up.
All of our kids are in the habit of picking up their tub of popcorn, their cups. I mean, it's not too much to make it a little bit easier on others.
I like to give the cleanup people something to do. Let's throwdowns.
Just leave your garbage there, Andrew.
Yeah, that's what's for.
Well, yeah, he's honest. He is honest. All right, I keep looking at the wrong screen, forgetting I'm frozen. But
we have reached the end of the show.
Almost. Reminder, legends and listeners, live at Big Grove in Iowa City tonight. New Hawkeye basketball coach Ben McCullum. No longer the Drake coach.
No,
he's the new Hawkeye
He's the new coach.
He'll be there with Chad and Scott. So check that out if you're in the Iowa City area or if you're close enough where you feel like driving over tonight. 7 p.m. at Big Grove, and they'll have good beer and food there. We learned that on our final stop of our patio tour. Now the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day. We call it the AD Square.
Yeah, powered by Game Day Men's Health. I go to the one in Ankeny. Andy goes to West Des Moines. Scott Docterman will probably visit the North Liberty location on his way to Big Grove tonight and get all teed up for that big live show.
Teed up.
You can go to Game Day wherever you are. There was Williams told a story on Two Guys. Anchorage, Alaska has a Game Day, and a guy walked in there and has heard about it through Iowa everywhere. And gave Iowa
all
everywhere
50 states.
The plug. Absolutely. So wherever you're at, there's a Game Day near you, and we'd love you to say you heard about it on Iowa everywhere. There's a new sports guy at Channel 13 working alongside you guys, David Warrington. And this week he learned who Mr. Soundoff is.
Hey, Keith, who's John Mears?
John Sears?
He works here?
Yeah, in sports.
I've never heard of him.
Didn't you watch us?
Yeah, I've watched you. I didn't know there was anybody else.
John Sears.
He's on this show?
He calls himself Mr. Soundoff.
But you created Soundoff.
I know. But just pretend you're a big fan. He eats that crap up.
But Keith, I'm a sportscaster, not an actor.
Good point.
Ice cold.
He was a pretty good actor there. Yeah.
Yeah, David Warrington, welcome.
He did a nice job Sunday.
Yeah, we're happy to have him.
He did. We're really happy to have him. Yes, that's great. All right, again, looking at the wrong screen. With the Quickie Poll results presented by WCI Pools and Spas about the Espies.
How much of the Espies will you watch tonight? 85% say none. 13% say they'll watch Shane Gillis's monologue, though maybe they won't watch it on the actual broadcast. They'll watch it like Andrew and I plan on, or maybe all three of us plan on doing it. 2% say they'll watch all or most.
That 2% is Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith.
This is your time off from sports television.
Oh, it sure is. All right, thank you for being part of Murph and Andy. Welcome back, Andy. Thank you for making us successful here on Iowa Everywhere. It sounded like I was thanking Andy because
I'll take the credit.
But yeah, thank you, Andy. We appreciate it. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe. We appreciate that. We're back Friday. It'll be a fun Friday. We'd love it if you'd join us then. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.